39 is going to win the race. Well, that kind of sucks. 9 more right here. Is your arm starting to hurt? I bet it's hot in there, itching. Oh, yeah. Right with you, 88. Right with you. Right with you. Right with you.
So those are some of the circumstances.
If it were that simple, let's see what happened right here.
Yeah, here he does it right off the corner.
Yeah. Not much doubt in what went on right there, guys.
I guess we need to get a camera on the 11 car, and we see Carl Edwards on pit road. See Carl.
Hold the brake. Just hold the brake. You got some cars coming.
Go 3 wide in turn 3. Benny Parsons, Mike Wallace. Oh, crash. Looks like that Mike Wallace was going to lead the lap, and Shauna Robinson did not. She crashes, come back around, does not complete that first lap. They went in the corner 3 abreast.
I told you one last week, coming off a big high. What did it look like? You were between a rock and a hard place. What did it look like from your angle?
I got caught up in it, and I'm gonna speak my mind right now. Before the race, some people came down and told me what Mike Wallace was going to do. He was going to get up under Shauna and get her loose at the start of the race, and he did just what he said. And Shauna got loose and took me out with it, and it's wrong. We have belts out and Cintas on our cars. Brand new people trying to get into the sport, and it looks terrible. The first lap, we're in the wall, and it's wrong. I think NASCAR should penalize Mike Wallace. I mean, he did it intentionally, got Shauna loose. And we've been having these big powwows, hey, we're supposed to be safe drivers, looking out for each other. Well, that wasn't too safe, and I think he could have injured a lot of people, including myself and Shauna and the rest of the field. And, it's just a tough day. We'll be back. We'll be ready for Winston Cup tomorrow.
You got in that first lap accident, and I'm going to have to tell you up front that Joe Nemechek absolutely blasted Mike Wallace on the deal. What did you see? You were kind of sandwiched in between them. What happened?
Oh, I was definitely in between him. I knew Joe was on the right. My spotter just said you got a car coming on the inside, and I held my line, and he flat turned right into my car. There's a big dent right on the right side to prove it. It just shows what kind of class somebody has out there, and there was a statement made before the race that he said he was going to do that. And, he did exactly what he said he was going to do, but if he thinks that was going to benefit him, I think he's got another thing coming. We had a good race car out here, and I'm working hard to get where I am, and if somebody just can't take the fact that a woman's in racing and he thinks he's going to do something like that, I'm not walking away. So we've got a lot more races this year, and, I'm never going to trash anybody on TV. We're all race car drivers, but, I think that class shows, and we're seeing it right now.
Well, there you have
Talladega last year and early in this race at lap 41.
A little crossover move here by Carl. Clean here, clean here. Just slight contact. Look at that thing go.
That looks so much like Edwards' turnover at Talladega off the bumper of Keselowski.
It really did, and I'm so wondering and hoping that when they put the spoiler back on these cars, they'll quit turning over like this.
Keselowski's put the window net down.
The roof flaps deployed, but it did not sit that car back down. I'm like you, Darrell. I'm going to be so glad to see that rear spoiler back on these cars.
I think it's got to be something to that.
That car took a hard hit in the left A pillar, the windshield post right in front of the driver.
Right there, Matt Kenseth, he really lost his entire race car and able to 22 to catch him.
Here comes the 22. He's closed the gap all over the back bumper now as they've caught the slower traffic. And around goes the 20, sideways in front of the 22. Kenseth slides, caution comes out.
31 of the 14. There's some contact right here heading into turn 1. The 31 accelerates, gets inside the 14 as they enter the backstretch.
Yeah, we've seen this several times. The cars haven't, getting into turn 1, and the 14 just kept coming down on the 31 on the back straightaway. Wasn't happy maybe with what went on in turn 1, and
big impact by the 23, and you see right there Chris Buescher kind of bounces between them. Yeah. Luckily gets through, but that was a really big impact for the 23 of David Reagan. It was great to see him climb out.
Harvick inside of Pruitt for 4th place. Pruitt shuts the door on him. Harvick hits him back, and he gets Fellows. Big pile up down in turn 2.
Took out his teammate. Took out his own car he owns.
They're still running into each other trying to get through it. Brad Coleman involved, Ron Hornaday involved, and up front, Robbie Gordon by Ambrose, who goes back on him. Caution flags waving.
Well, we'll wonder what the loops are with this thing. Boy, we didn't see the pass, but it looks like the back of Ambrose's car, the right rear corner, is all tore up. So obviously, he might have repaid the favor.
The outside, Brad thought he had the best car all night. Took the inside line on the restart. This is going to be down to the wire. Oh, they touched. He spun out. Carl gets into Keselowski. Carl Edwards will win.
That's it. Checker flag. Man, you are the man. He deserves it. Good job.
I just hope Keselowski's okay here. That was a hard hit, guys.
That was direct behind you. Just slow it down.
Ugly.
Slow it down.
Turn 2, Tony Stewart on the lead lap. Brian Scott 4 laps down. You see Brian doesn't concede the spot. He has every right to race Tony Stewart off the corner. Tony gets loose. It looks to me like Tony's frustrated. It's hard to defend the 3-time champion at car control. I don't think he misjudged it. I think he just basically took his frustration out on Brian Scott.
Custer getting through. Here they come through turn 9. Nemechek gives him a little bump. Custer hanging on. Nemechek gets into him. John Hunter Nemechek and Cole Custer. They're wrecking and spinning, coming to the line. Who is it going to be? Side by side through the grass.
I don't see any way there isn't contact between these two trucks. Going to be right here too, Michael.
And there is the bump.
Oh, and he spun him out.
And he spins.
You got it. Go. You're all clear. You're all clear. Coming to you guys. We got in the 33 just a little bit back there.
Austin Cindric with the big bump on Kaz Grala pushes Grala around, and Austin Cindric is going to come around for the victory.
That's the world we live in nowadays, guys. You can get your bumper to the guy in front of you, you're going to put it to him.
Great job.
Through 8, 9, and here they come to turn 10, the final turn. Gregson gets underneath. Gilliland and Gregson go side by side and around. Justin Haley is going to come through and win in Canada.
Giving a shove to Eric Almirola, and into the wall goes David. David Reagan slamming into the wall.
Behind you, no caution yet. Outside.
Darrell Wallace Jr. quick across the inside wall. The caution has not come out. The race is still on. Justin Allgaier on the high side. Eric Almirola on the bottom of the racetrack. Coming out of turn 4. And the caution will come out. Now we'll have to go back to video to find out who was in the lead when the caution light came out.
Kyle Busch hit that wall with, and that's because of the improvements they've made.
Watch the 83 get a little, did he get a little loose here? Maybe not. He looked for the inside.
Yeah, the 55 fell back a little bit. He got a big run, and he went to go to the inside. The 83 did of Corey LaJoie, and unfortunately he just made contact in the left rear. It doesn't take
just
much.
Right through this trouble, Mike.
Matt on Edwards.
Bill, they just told him over the radio that he will have to make a pass through. He said, for what? They said, you passed below the yellow line. He said, I was trying to avoid the crash. And then his spotter, Bobby Hudson, chimed in and said, I'm sure other cars passed us because we slowed down. We'll have to take a look at the tape.
That's what it looked like to me. Let's take a look at it. But everybody slowed up in front. See him on the bottom there. Now these guys are all slowing down. All Carl Edwards is doing right there is avoiding a wreck. He did not gain any position.
He lost position.
By doing that, he lost 3 positions. I do not understand that one. I guess you could have just wrecked him and then not got penalized, but I mean, that was just avoiding a crash.
I'm not coming. It's wrong.
I wouldn't either. That's Carl Edwards on the radio. Driver, crew chief, car owner 99 to the NASCAR rig after the race.